Hello, and welcome to Crusader Kings 3 Legacies. I am your beloved host, Sovereign, and this is the start of our new kind of roleplay series. Hopefully you've seen the intro video to this series, which introduces you to current world events, and our character here, Earl Osric Marshal. Now, a few things before we get started. He has no parents and no siblings, even though in the kind of origin story he is mentioned as having a father, a mother, a sister, 2 brothers. That's mostly for convenience, as otherwise I would have to create him and go through a whole process of creating these. But just, they are there, they existed, they no longer exist. So, as was said in the intro video, we are playing as the Earl of Norfolk, or the now young Earl of Norfolk. Let me just introduce you. So, Earl Osric. He is a deceitful, arrogant, shy, but ambitious boy who is quite intelligent but physically delicate. Probably contributed to why his father didn't take him to war at the Battle of Hastings. Hastings is around here somewhere, I think. I feel as an Englishman I should know this, but I don't. Anyway, so yes, his father and brothers were killed in the battle, and now he remains here as the new and young Earl. A 13-year-old boy who's delicate yet intelligent. He's a very intrigue-minded child. So, we're going to start by getting him a guardian. Now, I'm going to try my hardest through this series to roleplay via his traits as much as I can. And there may be little cinematic videos, kind of as you saw in the first one, kind of if anything important happens, I might do one of those. And we're going to play and just play the game and see how it goes. I'm not going to try and do any kind of metagaming cheats. I'm not going to do something my character wouldn't do. I'm just going to play as it is. So, we are the Lords of Norfolk, and we rule the Barony of Norwich, which has lookout towers, cattle lands, and a small harbour. And we get a decent amount of levies, and we have 100 housecarls. And as I said in the intro video, at present, my liege is at war with Harold Hardrada, hard ruler, and William, Duke of Normandy. If you don't know, Duke William will later give foundation to the Plantagenet dynasty, who were kings of England for hundreds of years. Our liege at the moment is Girth Godwinson, who is the brother of King Harold. Technically, King Harold is not dead yet, because well, he's actually supposed to die in October. So we shall see. But yeah, let's go for now. See how things play out. There is not much we can do as far as ambitions go at the moment. Our liege controls all land apart from Norwich directly, and he can field over 1,000 men, so it's not worth the war. He's just got married to a lowborn, who is vengeful, lustful, just, and a naive appeaser. Is the king leading armies personally? No, he is not. Oh, yes, he is. He's just lost. Oh, actually, no, we've just won, sorry. I stand corrected. It's going to be interesting to see. So if you don't know what Crusader Kings 3 is, it's kind of a grand strategy, kind of historical simulator where you rule a medieval dynasty and try to elevate your position, get as high as you can, dealing with political intrigue, family rivalries, wars, illness, religion, all that kind of thing. But it's not strictly historical. It's quite ahistorical in the fact that anything can happen. So historically, as you know, William the Conqueror won the war. However, in Crusader Kings 3, that might not be true. Same as with the Holy Roman Empire, currently ruled by Heinrich IV. He may die when he didn't die historically, and some random person, Duke Ernst Babenberg, takes over. Norfolk is now under siege. This is bad. We've got the elite housecarls ready to go, but I don't think they'll be much good. So I'm afraid young Earl Osric may soon be a prisoner of the Swedes. Unless our brave king can come and liberate the siege. As I look upon a young scholar walking by, sweaty with labour but a blush on her cheeks, I am entranced. What is this feeling? This longing? In case that's me realising I'm heterosexual. Ah! King Harold has relieved us. Lifted the siege of Norwich, which means we are safe for a little while longer. So we're running quite a bit of gold, so as soon as we get enough I might increase housecarls to size 200. Just so we can keep the quality of our troops up. So we're currently winning the war against Norway. Many months have passed since the lords and ladies of the realm gathered for my feast, my earl. Oh, for a feast. May Domwell verily continues. It would benefit you, not to mention those among us who appreciate a good feast, if this was remedied soon. Well, I am an arrogant and shy boy. Who do you think you are? Yes, he's not one for social interaction, and he believes his intelligence kind of merits him more than he's due as an earl. Calling the king a fool is probably an extension of that. So it's looking favourably on the side of William. Now it just remains to be seen if we can pull a victory out of this. How many men have we actually got left? 6,000. Oh, there they are. They're focusing too much on Harold. Not enough on the Duke of Normandy. The foolish king. If only I was leading the soldiers. Now they're lifting the siege on the Baron of Chertsey. Okay. I should really know what these places are called, but again, it escapes me. What's the county called? Oh, it's Surrey, okay. And also on the Siege of Leux in county, the Earldom of Sex, which I believe will become Sussex at some point. I believe that is the war with Harold Hardrada over. Yes, it is. He's also fighting in Scotland, which may be an overextension, who might say. My counsellor, Stigand of Canterbury, has died. Oh, a stranger is brought before me. He's been waiting outside the castle gates for a week, my liege, my guard informs me. The man bows deeply. My name is Abad, your highness. I have travelled far and wide and seen many things, but my family are weary of the road. If you allow us to stay, I will happily share my knowledge of the world with you and be your loyal servant. Well, knowledge is something that's important to Earl Osric, and he's quite deceitful. You know, he's not a particularly religious man, so he's unlikely to demand their conversion, but he does like this knowledge. Ah, with the help of Leo Fwine, I have completed my studies of intrigue. Even the highest aspects of the subject eludes me. I did fairly great. Thinking back on my childhood, I realised I never truly connected with anyone. Even as I saw others playing with friends or whispering about love, I never experienced such things myself. I'm certain the coming years will lead to new friends and new opportunities. I'm a man now. And as a man, of course, I understand it's time to find myself a suitable wife. Such little men, an alliance is probably the best thing I can do. It's unlikely he will marry for love. Ulster, I think, would be a good choice. It's the closest. She's Christian, she's Irish, which, you know, it is what it is. With my marriage to Countess Flan, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during the time of jubilation. I believe gold is more important than my personal prestige. And now that I have suitable gold... My liege, as an influential earl, it is only fair that you have a voice on my council. In recognition of this fact, I hereby offer you the position of Marshal of East Anglia. I think Osric would like this. You know, being denied the opportunity to take up a commanding position in his father's forces, he's now been offered a seat on the council as a military leader of the duchy. So I think he would take this opportunity to prove his military prowess. Even though, actually, he's not amazing. Oh, yes, of course, my, I think it was my bishop, actually. Now, I have a mod which allows me to choose my, pose, but I don't think it's working, which is fairly sad. Oh, well. Your steward's average stewardship skill caused this problem. By God, this party is boring. Judith has got to be the worst host the world has ever seen. How can mortal man be expected to endure this snoring celebration of mediocrity? My eyes cast about the room, looking for a diversion. Any diversion. A bat gives me a friendly wave from a nearby balcony. I've got to do something to stop this evening dragging. Yes, I think quietly slinking away may be the best choice there. For our young liege, who is not very imposing physically, compared to like a man's man like Duke Girth, who's been wounded. The war yet continues. It would appear I've impregnated my wife. And soon we shall see an heir to the Marshall dynasty, where my siblings had died. And so it has happened. William the Conqueror has succeeded in taking over the Kingdom of England. He has way too many titles. Holy Jesus. I was wondering what's happened to Godwinson. He remains in the royal court, deposed. So, much as Osric thought... the young Prince Richard has been declared my new liege. And now he's offered me a position as spy master. Of course, a recognition of his intrigue abilities is most accepted by Osric. He now serves on the council directly of the son of King William, Prince Richard. Ah, alas, a daughter. What shall her name be? Agatha. Agatha Marshall. She is quick. Clearly takes after her father in that regard. Oh, a sickly child. I suppose, much like Osric, she's not physically imposing. The brash King William and his vassals and his whole family has heeded the call of Albion and embraced English culture. He's given up his French roots. As it is currently, and as he sits on his liege's council, he understands that the prince is very weak. It seems almost too easy to somehow manipulate the prince into giving him what he wants, which will be more power. And if he can seize the barony of Cambridge, even through means of warfare, proving his prowess where his father did not let him, he will take it. Visiting the local market, a merchant from faraway land catches my attention. Come closer, my lord. Marvel at treasures never before seen in these lands. Walked right past the guards responsible for these beauties, a true knower of people that I am. This merchant might have more to give me than marvels from afar. As I'm arrogant, I would never lower myself to speaking with a merchant. And as I'm also arrogant, I would never pay for it. But I am the Lord of Norwich, the Lord of Norfolk. He will tell me what he knows. The claim on the county goes well. Soon, he may be the lord of 2 earldoms. Wow, that is a magnificent beard. Yes, I don't think Osric is one for beards, so I think that will be going. Fabricate hooks. He understands the importance of secrets. Maybe useful to create some... Well, look at his military. Ah, he only has levies, which will have a short work made of them by a unit of light horsemen. Oh no! A rebellion has begun. The Duchy of Northumbria has raised its banners. Truly concerning. However, he is Anglo-Saxon. A true vassal of the kingdom. Oh, well, Dengenism. I'm not one for religion. Whatever religion will further my goals is the one that I adhere to. This may be a tough war. Ah. The claim came at great cost to the realm. But we needed it. And now that we have it, we'll get our gold back up to scratch. Time is progressing quickly. It's already been 7 years since he took the crown. Ah. My daughter is bossy. The weakness that has plagued my daughter since her birth has finally released its hold on her. Relief washes over me as I see Agatha running around with all the other children. Good. A secure dynasty. And unlike my esteemed father, I shall not make the mistake of dying before she is ready. And my wife is once again pregnant. No time to delay then. She's to be educated in the art of diplomacy. A bad will, My wife spends a significant amount of time travelling the realm with her honour guard. There are many matters she can settle on my behalf, and the military presence Countess Flan brings with her is a firm reminder of my right to rule. My Countess and I stand ready in defence of the realm. Ah, a son. Now, a true successor. Difficult to choose a name. Enfrith, Seward, Balthair. Balthair? He has, however, inherited the delicate trait, which in itself is not amazing. Ah, the domain is now losing money. Which is not good. Perhaps it may be time to disband one of my housecarls, actually. As great as they are, I believe cavalry may be better in this situation. Ah, he's amassed an ally, the Earl of Dorset and Prince William the Red. The force will knock on the door, clears every bit of drowsiness from my mind. Who disturbs an earl at this hour? My late-night visitor is none other than a bat. I have to speak with you privately, away from listening ears. I have discovered something very interesting. A bat has uncovered a secret of Max's, my bishop. He's willing to share it with me if I let him off the hook. No, I will not let you off the hook. No secret is worth that. However, you will tell me, or you'll suffer the consequences. Ah, his lover's secret. Judith. Yeah. In a few days' time, my impotent nephew, Lord Idwal, will travel through Norfolk. If you orchestrate an ambush and capture him, I will reward you generously. If you accept my offer, you will get half the money now and the other half when you turn over Lord Idwal. If he should die in the fray, I will shed no tears, but I will not pay for his corpse. Money, and potentially more money if I succeed. Money makes the realm go round. Ah, well, he escaped. Ah. My son Balthair is curious. Ah, a bat. I have a claim on you. My ill liege. It's unlikely I'll win a war against him with his allies so powerful. However, I may be able to secure an alliance of my own. The Earldom of Dublin, 2,000 men. This will be a good match. With the 2,000 men provided by the Earl of Dublin, the war will be over fairly quickly. Ulster and Dublin. That siege is won. And in a few short years, 18 months to be exact, the war is won. And Osric has claimed Cambridge for his family. Now it's time for his soldiers to return home. Good. In 12 short years, he's gone from being a boy to being the Earl of Norwich to now the combined Earl of Cambridge and Norwich. With a secure dynasty, with his daughter Agatha and his son Baltair. Chancellor of East Anglia, to my cocky vassal. No, I do not bow to the whims of you, to such an insult. Decline. We captured Richard de Bricassette, whose father is Ranulph de Bricassette, who is the Chancellor of Count Robert of Foggia. You cannot pay a ransom, and you will not pay a favour. You are a talented steward. Perhaps you will work for me in exchange for your freedom. I understand the importance of using everything at one's disposal. Oh, good. And you are quite a young man. You can serve me for a long time. Soon I shall make my moves on the final county of Prince Richard, which will put us in a position to claim the Duke's crown. Duke's circlet? I don't know. And when I am the Duke, my eyes will switch to a far greater prize. However, I think that has been enough Crusader Kings 3 for one day. Thank you for joining me on this new channel and this very new series, and thank you for joining Earl Osric as he attempts to build a legacy for his family in this Crusader Kings 3 series, Legacies. Thank you everyone, and I wish you goodbye.